I did a thing I've never done before, and it felt kind of edgy for me. I went to a conference by myself where I literally knew nobody, like not one person, not a friend, not a colleague, not even a, hey, we've exchanged a few DMs kind of person. And I want to tell you about it because it was uncomfortable and also kind of amazing. Not because I suddenly became this extrovert. Also, technically, I'm an ambivert, which is my favorite annoying answer because it's like I'm kind of both. Like I can be super warm and chatty and let's connect when I'm on. And I also need to go home and sit in silence like a Victorian child recovering from the flu. That's me. That's my nervous system. So this trip was basically me practicing both connection and then recovery. And it reminded me of something I'm practicing more and more of. My output is not proof that I deserve rest and recovery. Rest isn't a reward. Rest is part of being human. Welcome back to Psych to Parent. I'm Dr. Amy, school psychologist and parent coach. Today, this is a story episode, not a here's my framework and the research kind of episode. This is me saying, come sit with me. I'm going to share what it was like going to Mom 2 in Austin alone, what shifted and how I talk to myself. And then at the end, I'll give you a few tiny wins and a couple of scripts you can borrow if you've ever been craving permission to do something for you or to try something that feels a little outside of your comfort zone. So let me give you some context. I've been to tons of conferences as a school psychologist, but those are education, research, psychology kind of conferences where there's familiar rhythms, familiar language, familiar people. Mom 2.0 was totally different. It's designed for moms to connect around things like mental health, social media, marketing, building a brand, community, all of it. And I remember thinking, oh, I really want to go to this conference. And then my next thought was, okay, but you're going alone because there's a very specific vulnerability in walking into something new without a person. So the kickoff happy hour, I got there a little after it started, which is already kind of a bold move if you're a person whose nervous system likes a warm up period. I walked down the stairs and my stomach legitimately dropped because I didn't recognize anyone from the new person session that was held beforehand. And you know that feeling when you walk into a space and it seems like everyone is already connected? They're paired up, little clusters laughing, and you're standing there thinking, okay, cool, cool. I now will become one with the wallpaper. And my brain did that super helpful thing where it's like, okay, okay, pretend you got a text, go to the bathroom. Let's just disappear to our hotel room. But instead, I drifted toward the water cooler because apparently my social anxiety loves a hydration station. Like if I stand near water, I look purposeful. And I did the smallest brave thing. I said hi to someone. Just one sentence, nothing fancy. And that random stranger ended up being Ashley, an LMFT known online as the modern parent. And when I tell you, she was feeling the exact same way, she said to me, she was like, I'm so glad you said hi. And I was like, wait, you too? Because in my head, I was imagining everyone else was confident and I was the only one standing there feeling like a middle schooler holding a Capri Sun. It felt like this gentle push from the universe. See, this is how it starts. One brave sentence. And honestly, it was even better than I expected because not only did I meet one, because not only did I meet someone, I met someone who works in mental health, someone who supports families. And I left that moment thinking, I don't need to be confident. I just need one brave sentence. And if you're listening and thinking, I could never, I just want to say, this felt like walking into a kindergarten birthday party when you don't know any of the parents. Same energy, different outfits. After that, the whole conference started to feel different. I met moms doing genuinely amazing things, like someone who created water in a box that looked like a juice box to help kids drink more water, which, if you've ever begged a kid to drink something besides air or juice, you're like, okay, tell me more. I also met this mom who created an eczema brand for kids and families. She's a physician's assistant, which is like one of my favorite type of people, using natural ingredients to treat eczema. And the speakers at the conference were excellent. But the thing I keep coming back to is this. I left mom 2 feeling rejuvenated. And that surprised me because new social stuff usually drains me. But this didn't drain me in the same way. It filled something back up for me. Now, to go, I left my kids for 3 nights with my partner. And I have to tell you, when I got home, I heard the stories, like the real stories. Apparently, they got to use the crack pad, and that's what we call the iPad in our family, which is a very rare treat. They stayed up way past bedtime. They were swimming with friends. There was pizza. They were polishing off the Easter candy like it was their job. Basically, my kids, they live their best lives. And here's something I feel really clear about when I leave. When I'm gone, I don't judge my partner. I don't micromanage. I don't place demands on him. He's in charge. He's the ringmaster of the circus. Because if I'm going to be away, I want to actually be away, not managing from a distance, not helpfully checking in every 20 minutes like I'm running air traffic control. And also, let's be honest, it's good for everyone. The kids get a different vibe. My husband gets to do it his way. And I get to remember I'm not the only competent adult in the building. And this is the part I really want to offer to you. Permission doesn't arrive when your life is calm. Permission is something we practice in the middle of real life. And for me, for a long time, I genuinely didn't think I deserved permission to put myself first for a little bit, unless I had proofs, evidence, receipts. Like, look at me. I cooked dinner, worked a 12-hour day, ran 7 miles at 5 a.m., got the kids to school on time with a healthy, balanced lunch. And only then, okay, fine, now I deserve a reset. That's how I used to treat rest, like it was something I earned by being impressive enough. And I'm practicing a different truth now. Self-care isn't a reward for moms. Rest and recovery are part of being a human with a nervous system. Okay, so here's the piece I really want to slow down on because it mattered. The conference wasn't just community for me. It was also a chance to practice self-love and self-compassion, like noticing what I needed and then giving it to myself without making it this like whole thing. Because here's what happened. I traveled on Thursday. I was with people Thursday night. Then Friday was a full day of sessions. And by Friday night, my body was like, oh gosh, you know, when your phone is on full brightness, running like every app, 37 tabs open, Bluetooth on, location on, and the battery is at like 9%. And you're like, okay, we need to go into do not disturb immediately. That was me. That's the ambivert piece too, right? I can be on and connected and engaged. And then my system needs a real downshift, not a scroll on the couch kind of downshift, like a real reset. So I did what I know charges my battery and fills my soul. One of my favorite things is to be outside. So I went for a walk, just fresh air, some movement, letting my brain settle. And then I got Tex-Mex because yes, Tex-Mex is absolutely a form of mental health care for me. Give me some enchiladas with a delicious verde sauce, bottomless chips and salsa. Yes, please sign me up. But the part that mattered wasn't just the food. It was how I did it. I listened to an audiobook for my upcoming book club meeting, and I was actually enjoying it. And I was intentional at dinner about not being on my phone. Like, I just want to be in this moment. No scrolling, no checking, no, let's see what's happening. Just me, my enchiladas, my audiobook, and my nervous system getting the message, you can slow down. You can be off. And I remember thinking, oh, this is what it feels like to take care of myself in a way that's not productivity adjacent. Like I wasn't recharging so I could be useful again. I was recharging because I'm a person. Now, there were so many great sessions at the conference, and my favorite session was called Creating Without Losing Yourself, How to Protect Your Mental Health in the Digital Space. It was super cool because it was moderated by podcaster Tara Clark, and the panelists included Dr. Rachel, Dr. Noel, and Dr. Kim. Y'all, these ladies are powerhouses. They're grounded and smart and real and not in this like perfect advice kind of way. They're in the we're also humans with nervous systems kind of way. I'm going to share all their info and books in the show notes for this episode because all of them are on my TBR list. Like, I cannot wait until Parenting Through Play comes out in May. And I'm not sharing these in a salesy kind of way. It's more like, yep, I want more of this information to live in my brain and show up in my life. And the one thing that really landed for me was this from the session. Social media can be fun and helpful, And also, if it starts messing with your self-worth or pulling you into comparison spirals, your brain is giving you data, not shame, data. And sometimes the healthiest move isn't delete everything forever. It's to choose one boundary that protects your peace. Okay, if you want the smallest possible version of what helped me at Mom 2, here are a few tiny wins. Remember, pick one is enough. Tiny win number 1, the new room rep. Do one thing where you're the new person. It could be a meetup, a class, a school event, a club. It's not make friends kind of thing. It's just show up. Put yourself out there. Tiny win number 2, one brave sentence. If you walk into something and panic, find a safe anchor and say one sentence to one person. Tiny win number 3, the real handoff. Pick one block of time where you are fully off duty. Not off, but still monitoring, off. And maybe reciprocate it with your partner. Tiny win number 4, a gentle phone boundary. Start tiny. Maybe it's no scrolling the first 10 minutes after waking up or the last 10 minutes before going to bed. Pick one is enough. So here are a few scripts because sometimes we don't need a plan, we just need a sentence. Script number 1, when you're doing something new, you might say something like, new feels awkward. Awkward doesn't mean wrong. Script number 2, when we have guilt about self-care. You might tell yourself, self-care isn't a reward. I'm not earning rest. I'm practicing sustainability. Script number 3, this is what you can use when you hand off with a partner or a co-parent. You might say something like, I want to plan one block of time this week that refuels me. Can you fully cover the kids so I'm actually off? Script number 4, when your brain is spiraling online. You might say something like, I can feel my brain getting comparison-y. I'm logging off for 20 minutes and coming back to myself. Before you go, there are 3 favors that really help this podcast reach parents who need it. Favor number 1, leave a review wherever you listen. Favor number 2, share this episode with a friend, especially the friend who needs permission to be a person again. Favor number 3, snag the volcano guide. It's my free support for those big feelings building moments, so you have a plan before your child erupts. It's linked in the show notes. This episode was a story about me attending the Mom 2 conference alone, walking into the kickoff happy hour late, and having that stomach drop moment when I realized I didn't recognize anyone. I ended up at the water cooler, said one brave hi, and met Ashley, the modern parent, which turned into the kind of connection that makes you feel human again. And underneath all of it was the shift I'm practicing right now in my life. Self-care isn't something I earn with output, and rest isn't a reward. We'll keep making the homeschool puzzle less mysterious together, one brave hi at the water cooler at a time, one new room rep when you don't know anybody, one ringmaster handoff while you're gone, and one do not disturb Tex-Mex reset with enchiladas and verde sauce. One phone down dinner that lets your brain exhale, one tiny boundary that protects your peace online, one reminder that rest is part of the plan. And the next time you sit at that tiny round table in that tiny chair, remember, schools have expertise, and you are the expert on your child. Your insight is not extra, it's essential. You're building a partnership, and you're building skills, yours and theirs, one small, doable step at a time. Until next time, my friends.